Pardon for the horse slip. Build character. I'm going to change the character in race menu. I'm going to make a copy of him. I'm going to then wipe the state clean and then make a new character for the Fighters Guild. And then same thing until we get to the main character. The Crusader. Because I'm kind of sick of making brand new characters to play it over and over and over and over again. It's a pain in the ass. Alright, press any button. I'm pressing left click, you bastards. Continue. You know what? I'm playing a mage character who's a Breton. And I don't know if I want to call him Victor from League of Legends. Or Merlin. I don't know. Because my favourite TV series was Merlin back in the day when he was a young fella. This guy's a bit more of a Gandalf sort of dude. Alright. What is my objective? Quest. Join the Mages Guild. Got this new keyboard. It doesn't sound as bad as my last one, but it's got this weird sensitivity issue where if I even lay my finger on A, I start running to the side. So you're going to see that happen quite a bit. Breville. Let's go to the shithole of Breville. Got a subscriber of mine coming in. He's a German fella. Yeah, and his character's in my story. You might have seen him if you watch my stories. Carsten. And, yeah, he'll be jumping in real soon. Hopefully. Apparently he's not coming in. It's going to be bloody awkward. You didn't ask me for a coin, mate. What are you doing? What's wrong with you?
Hello. Have you seen
This guy's a bit suspect.
I don't know.
You know what?
I'm saving up enough for some medicine.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, he didn't beg for a coin. He just sat there looking at my beautiful face. So I'm going to give him a coin.
Thank you, kind sir.
What a lad.
Blessings of Mystara upon ye.
Who is Mystara? Someone tell me. Is that a different name for a different god?
Good to see you.
No, it's not. Oh, there he is. Oh, mate, I'm a cute fella, you know. I'm a cute, red-headed, heavily bearded Australian fella with a very foul mouth and an absolutely horrible sense of humour, you know. Alright, so, yeah, for the 11 people that will probably watch this, you can go into your what the fuck, your character thing. My goodness.
How are you?
I feel violated.
Thanks for asking.
Great. Goodbye.
Hello there, associate. You're here for a recommendation
Yes, I am. I come from Black Marsh to join the Mages Guild.
I'm afraid I haven't had time to prepare anything conventional. I'm very preoccupied with this situation concerning Ardaline. Perhaps you can help with that, however. I can't directly get involved for fear of embarrassing the poor. I'll need you to have a little chat with Varen Vamori.
First of all, man, this is kind of how we started, having a yarn before you jumped in my Discord, because I was playing Oblivion on stream, and you jumped in and told me that your character was your character when I thought it was someone else's character, which sometimes I forget what yesterday was.
Don't say anything to her. I don't want to embarrass her further. Once this is all taken... Are you so eager to begin? Very well. I'm afraid I haven't had time to prepare anything conventional. I'm very preoccupied with this. Perhaps you can help. I don't understand it. Some ridiculous male thing, I suppose. He's been bothering Ardaline He even stole her, perhaps. It's more symbolic than practical. Take this chop.
You know what I really hope for? I hope Oblivion does this, where like you don't have to go into many different dialogue branches to get the quest started. So if it starts with recommendation, it then leads into the guy's name, then the staff. They're having to go through all this shit.
Make sure Varen...
That is a pain, though. Oh, bro. There we go.
And hands over that staff.
So I was having to think about it, right? About Yeah, I got a bit confused because I was finishing up work at the time, and yeah, you focus that your character is yeah, that's right. It's definitely not sexist if it's against men, you know. There's no such thing as double standards. So I was thinking about your character,
Well,
right? How you didn't want to be like Talos, you wanted to be cunning and smart, but you wanted to be the Kai King of Scone, you wanted to be Emperor, and then I called it your character syndrome, and then you kind of referred back to my Centaurus because you know that's to tick the nerve or something. But you know what? You know what, man? I came to the idea of talking to myself in the car on the drive home like a fucking insane person does, and I come up with an idea for the best story, which I've already done. It's my story, of course, but you got to take you
Hello.
out
What's
of the story.
going on with you?
If that makes
I
any
ran
sense.
into some goblins in the woods not long ago.
Can I help you?
So once you take you out of the story, it then becomes a story, not you-focused story. That's so stupid. You know, I mean, you're going to focus on your character. So Skyrim on its own, it's, you know, especially the guilds. I mean, it's why I meant the guild characters. I'm at, you know, like when I talk about Ragni, I don't call her my Dragonborn because she's not my Dragonborn. I have nothing in common with her. I'm not a female. I'm not 19. I'm not compassionate. I'm not a beacon of light. I'm your down-to-earth Aussie bloke that's very blunt, unpolitical, don't care what your feelings, blah, blah. I'll say some shit that will really offend people, and most Australians will be like, yeah, right, yeah, you're an asshole. You know, I'll say things that others could probably think are fucked, but that's just me as an Australian. It will not translate. I share nothing in common with Ragni. But I took myself out of the story by making my main character not the main character, and it blew open. I was able to look at Skyrim not as a player experience, but as a story experience.
Yes, I sort of know her. Well, I mean, I don't really know her, but I've talked to her some.
Yeah, this is what I got to like.
I'm listening.
I'll get back to you when you get... Well,
How do you do?
Seeing you. Can I help? Yes, I sort of...
what in the God...
Born and wicked. All right.
So I can't do that, and I can't
Good day.
conversate with him. Can I kick him in the fucking teeth, or what? Oh. Right. I've been given a charm scroll. A charm scroll. And that's not illegal. You know, that's like putting a pill in someone's drink,
Hello,
pretty
friend.
much.
What can I do for you? I don't know what to say. All I want is for her to care about me, to feel the same way as I do about her. But she doesn't. I try, and it just doesn't matter. It makes me furious.
Let me tell you, mate, okay? The sexiest thing in the world, and you won't believe it, is called consent. And sometimes, you know, trying too hard, it gets you into sticky situations. Sometimes when they say no, they're not interested, they're just not interested, my friend, you know? And then they complain at you later on saying you didn't try hard enough, you just gave up. But that's okay, okay? There's be someone out there for you, mate, okay? There's some dark elf girl, some human girl, maybe even an Argonian, if you read too much of the lusty Argonian maids. That might tickle your fancy. It might, you know, like you. You just got to open your eyes and stop getting tunnel vision on the one character.
All right, I admit it. I took it from her. I don't know what I was trying to tell her how I feel, again, and she wouldn't even stop to talk to me. I just got so angry. Was a little ashamed afterwards, but didn't know how to apologize or give it back. I wish I could. I'm afraid I don't have it anymore, you see.
All right, so I'm gonna. That's okay, man. I mean, I understand that because when I thought of the birth of Ragni, the Dragonborn being, which was different to me because like I'm very much like you. I'm a self-centered, focused character where I want my character in the game. When I thought about that, I thought then Centaurus isn't the Dragonborn anymore. But at that point in my story, it never worked because Stonewall is my guy's an Imperial soldier who then walks into the Thalmor Ambassador, lies to him, goes into their sort of behind their backs into their unauthorized zones, kills their people, steals their information, and frees their prisoners, which is a massive act of war. That right there is that right there is the fucking that all those centered to any act of war, and you've done all of them at once. And it kept breaking the story. And so I thought about playing a native Nord that wasn't aligned to the Empire, and then I thought to myself, I don't like that because Centaurus isn't the main character anymore. It was my character. And I then thought to myself, well, I've got to have him in the story somehow, and then I thought the Civil War. And it blew my mind because he could still be the main character of Skyrim's political viewpoints when he stops the Civil War and brings peace to Skyrim. He's still there. He's just not the Dragonborn anymore. So he no longer has to get gatewalled at the story with betraying the Thalmor. And he can still be a very important presence in the story. It's just a matter of putting your character in a place like the Great War. I mean, Skyrim... it's a bit of a weird thing, right? I'll get this real down quick.
He lives in the Talos. Tell Ardeline I'm sorry.
Blade and bone.
See, we focus on our characters instead of focusing on the story. Because without good characters, the story means fuck all. Without a story, there's no characters. Alright? So for me, when I write these stories up and I put them on YouTube, I focus on the story of Skyrim. And I add the characters to it to make it better, to build the story. So Minerva, College of Winterhold, Tonrak, the Companions, their stories make the Companions and the College of Winterhold part of Skyrim's story. Because naturally when you play through it, just like this, what I'm doing right now, is that you go and you do the Mages Guild content, you're done, you move on to the next one. It's a player experience. But I wanted to turn them into an actual story that world builds those factions into... The main focus is Skyrim's story, and the characters are there to make it better. And that's essentially what makes any good story, is the characters that help build it. And then of course you got the main character, but if you make yourself the main character, you make yourself the main character. So no longer is it important about the story, it's important about the character, or your character. And that's why I said if you take you out of the story becomes so much better. And that's what I found when I did this with Ragni, being the Dragonborn, someone that wasn't me at all. I found so much more freedom in telling the story instead of telling my character's story. And I think that's really done well for me as a storyteller. And again, you gotta love your own stuff, because if you don't, it's gonna be absolutely shit. So, if you're gonna do something, if you're gonna be bad at it, you might as well be the best at it. You know what I mean? But yeah, always take, I know, you should try it. I mean, you don't want to rewrite your story, you don't have to do that. I mean, when Beyond Skyrim Cyrodiil comes out, and I definitely think it will come out in many, many years to come, you can always just start a new chapter with a new story, a brand new character. Leaving your Skyrim character in Skyrim, because the Dragonborn was made for Skyrim's story. It wasn't made for Tamriel's story or Cyrodiil's story.
Don't be shy. I'm listening.
What's new with you?
Any luck talking with Varen Vamori yet? It should be no trouble at all once you use that scroll.
And again, Beyond Skyrim Cyrodiil is going to be its very own sort of game, its very own sort of story, built like Skyrim, but I'm going to say better, because it's made by people that are very compassionate and sort of shit like that. I've got to read this now. I know, but if you have you in the story, it becomes about you. Because we are human beings. We are very self-centered individuals when it comes to certain things. Because like I said, you have to look after yourself. Even if you've got other people that you love, like for example your kid and your wife, if you don't look after yourself, you go to the shitter and they follow. So for the story, which doesn't involve your livelihood or having food on your table or a roof over your head, if you focus on your character or you put yourself into the story, human nature is to make it self-centered about you. I mean, like you said with Centaurus, that he's banging Ragni, he's banging friggin' Sigun, and then he could be banging Topher, who's now dead, and everyone else. That is some main character sort of stuff. But again, Centaurus was my character. I don't feel like he's my character anymore. He's what I created. They all are, but again, he comes from my playthroughs. But with this story, he became very much his own character, rather than just mine. So I think the story for me, Skyrim's story, not my story, is so much better when I took myself out of it. And I started focusing on the story of Skyrim itself and building characters to world build it and make it better. Of course, the Dragonborn is the main character of Skyrim, And so I'm trying to drag that out as much as I possibly can to make it feel more authentic, like it's over months and not over a couple of days. But those other characters, they were there to build the story of the Civil War, to build, the Companions and the Thieves Guild and the College of Winterhold and the Dark Brotherhood as parts of Skyrim's story, not just some player perspective you run through. I know it sounds silly, and I know you want your character in the main story, and like I said beforehand, I made Centauros the Civil War character, which was still a major part, because again, there's two main quests in Skyrim. There's Skyrim's political quest, and there's the Elder Scrolls quest. And the Elder Scrolls quest is the dragons, the Dragonborn. Skyrim's quest is the Civil War. Same thing with Beyond Skyrim Cyrodiil. What they want to do there is the main quest is going to be for Cyrodiil is a political contact of choosing an emperor, where the main, say, Elder Scrolls will be dealing with an ancient alien king that wants to resurrect all the dead aliens and rip and kill all the humans and take back Cyrodiil for their own, sort of thing. Look, I agree. I don't remember to actually play this actual stuff, or I'll
Veron Vermor.
get distracted.
He sold it, huh? And of course.
Let me just get all this shit done so I can actually focus on saying things instead of killing things.
No staff.
Alright, so hopefully I've done everything here.
I heard
Get that
people
staff
saying they
back,
ran
or
into
social.
goblins around here not long ago.
So, look, mine's not... I've always kind of liked the idea of I've said this before, I wanted to make it like Game of Thrones, where it felt like a multiple character story, without all the death of main characters and incest, until last episode, where I brought in incest with the Tharn family, and the death of the main character. But, look, man, that's what I mean, if it focuses on one character, that's okay, the Dragonborn. It needs to focus on the Dragonborn. But if that Dragonborn is you then focus on your character, not the Dragonborn. If you get what I'm saying here, one is about you, one is about the story. I mean, when I said this in the car, it sounded so much cooler. If you take yourself out of the story becomes the main focus, not your character. And it makes it seem so much, because you've got writing, and again, you're worried about having to rewrite your thing for a mod that probably won't be out for another 5 more years or so. So I don't really have to worry about that. But the best thing that I will do, I won't start a story as soon as it comes out. There's no goddamn way. I'll probably have a second batch of my story done by then. But it looks like a giant knob from a distance. I will simply focus on playing the crap out of it first and learning what I can about it. And then I want Centauros to venture back there into Cyrodiil, maybe even Sicilia. But I want the main character of Beyond Skyrim Cyrodiil to be the Knight of the Nine character. And then maybe have Centauros focus on the political thing with the Emperor. Or maybe a brand new character. Same thing if, say, Beyond Skyrim Valenwood comes out. I'm not too sure any of my characters would really suit or fit the purpose of... what the shit? We're going outside. Wouldn't fit the purposes of Valenwood, so I have to make brand new characters and maybe brand new guild characters for those, and do the exact same shit I'm doing for Skyrim. Instead of it being Skyrim Chapter 1, it would be Cyrodiil Chapter 1, Cyrodiil Episode 1, things like that.
What is it, citizen?
And again, I think the Dragonborn should stay in Skyrim, because they are the character of Skyrim. Sure, they're your character, but if you want to be more expansive for your story, Dragonborn belongs in Skyrim.
I see you. Hello.
What's going on with you?
I've heard that the great houses of Mar...
Good day, stranger.
Like, you could very well put it into perspective, like, look, for you wanted your guy to become emperor, but it wouldn't make much sense. You could have him, for your story, he has a lookalike take control of you as the king. Well, he has a shave, because us men, you grow a nice beard and long hair, and you shave that all away, you look like you're completely different. He then travels into Cyrodiil and applies his craft to an emperor as his common Nord soldier. To an emperor that might want to benefit Skyrim without having to go to war with them. Because the last thing the High King of Skyrim wants is a new emperor that wants to extract vengeance on Skyrim for kicking him out. So you might want to support an emperor that would obviously be pliable more to political crafts to try and convince or make an alliance with Skyrim rather than go to war with it again. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. Exactly. We're the same sort of dude. We really are. We got to have ourself in the story somehow, right? And what I'm trying to say is that you got to take yourself out of the main character story. And your guy, unfortunately, is. So he's the Dragonborn High King.
That's good. I won't fight you. I'm not buying that. Blah, blah, blah. What a bore.
Yeah, like, honestly, I think for the success of my story, for it to feel like an actual authentic story, I had to take myself to the main character seat. Because it just doesn't work when you focus on you, because it's your character, it's your avatar. So it doesn't really focus on you.
You're pathetic. Where'd you get that? That's enough.
Oh, shit, I made that one. That was the wrong one. Yeah, the story doesn't do any justice if you focus on you.
I doubt you really mean that.
That one's...
You're a big fat liar. Don't be silly. That's great. You've got a point.
I just went worse.
That's great. How's it go again? Don't make me laugh. Don't be silly. You've got a point.
Back at the start right now. Holy shit.
Where'd you get that? That's good.
Oh, man, that's rough.
You're a big fat... I'm not buying that. I can't argue with that.
Oh, man, I'm getting worse at this shit.
You're pathetic.
Yeah, I am.
Was that supposed to be a compliment? You win this... Where'd you get that? That's good. That's enough. Where'd you get that? You're pathetic. That's a bit excessive, don't you think?
Dude, how am I getting worse at this? Holy motherfucker. Go over the top, but still having a big player in the world like Talos or Wolfgar. I'd say putting the character of the story makes no sense because it's very reverse. The main focus is the story. I mean, it's like a heart and a brain. I'm not losing points by... I am. Holy shit, I'm losing points if I don't actually... If I sit here waiting for it. That is awesome. That's so
I
cool.
won't fight. That's great. Blah, blah. Don't be silly.
Oh, bro, I'm getting...
That's great.
I'm getting so much worse
That's
at this.
really too much. That's a bit excessive,
I'm
don't
getting
you
absolutely
think?
robbed here, bro.
That's enough. You're a big fat liar. Oh, that's great. That's really too much. You're pathetic. Was that supposed to be... You win,
Bro,
Rory.
this guy hates me, and this is the worst I've ever done when it comes to actually, like, this. Like, this guy
better
is
be good.
brutal.
I can't argue with... Don't make me... Oh, don't be silly.
Wait. Right. That's because I'm an absolute special ed. This one's not good. That one is good. Fucking hell.
You've got a point. You're pathetic. That's supposed to be a compliment. You're full of... Where'd you get that? I'm not... You've got a point. Was that supposed to be a... You win this one.
Ugh.
That's great. Don't make me laugh.
Oh, what do I do here?
You're a big fat liar. That's enough.
Shit.
That's great.
Oh.
That's a bit excessive, don't you think? I like that. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not... You win this one.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
You win this one.
No.
I doubt you really... You're pathetic.
Shit.
You've got a point. Blah, blah, blah. That's really... Was that supposed to be a compliment?
Ooh.
I can't argue with them. That's really... Don't make me... I'm not buying that one. Where'd you get that? I can't argue with them. I'm not buying... Blah, blah, blah. What a bore. As much as I like you, friend... As much as I like you, friend, I'm... Go ahead. Be seeing you.
Do I have to fucking do this thing again where I have to, like, use him as... I don't think I have another bloody thingy bob. Alright, let me have a look at the comments. That's the reason I'm bloody on here. Look, yeah, I think if I was to focus more on Skyrim, on my character's story than on the story that I wanted to create, it would just go downhill. I'd lose interest in it. And I think that might be what's happening to you. You're thinking about where your character will go, what they'll do. You're running out of ideas, or you're conflicting with paths that are going to cross. So focusing more on the story has helped me make the story of Skyrim better than focusing on a single character. I mean, I've got 8 of the bastards and new ones coming in and going and dying and come, like, all this sort of stuff, which makes it a lot more fun instead of focusing on my character. I focus on all the characters that help build the world of Skyrim. And then, I don't know. I mean, I just took me out of the main character's seat and put me as kind of a middle ground kind of character that starts off as kind of a nobody, just some soldier. And then eventually, at the very end of Skyrim's story, he's one of the most notable known soldiers that for being known for basically stopping the Stormcloak Rebellion and putting Ulfric Stormcloak on his knees. It was so much stuff out of the driver's seat and jumping into the passenger seat. You're still at the front of the car, but you're no longer driving it. And I say this a lot when I'm making these stories, and it happens all the time, man, that the stories then write themselves. If I'm not the one writing them as the main character, things just happen in these stories. They write themselves all the fucking time. I mean, like look at Centaurus, right? I was playing him after a nightmare. So Ragni has a nightmare. I got tired of Alduin not killing everyone the way I would want him to. And then he had this one cool cinematic kill where he picks up Centaurus and throws him like a fucking ragdoll. I was like, I'll keep that. So she has a nightmare of Centaurus dying. And then I was going with that just for the idea, and this was to set up the story for when Ragni fights Alduin alone, because her followers can't follow her in the main quest because it makes no sense. And that kind of leads to her deciding that she will not have her friends join her in this fight because they will die. And so it plays into the Skyrim story of it being only her that fights Alduin. And then eventually I play the cameraman. I just want to capture like cinematic shots of like outside the fight where I'm not actually in the fight. And Centaurus goes down his knee. And ever since then, the story has been writing itself with, now that the story that I'm doing is actually Centaurus' vampirism sort of stage. And it, like, I took me out of the driver's seat. And now I can just watch the story write itself, essentially. This big fucking light on my screen, it just annoys the shit out of me. It's stopping all the time, is it? Ah, alright. That could be because of my internet is shithouse. My bad. Look, Australia's internet is really bad, man. We are a very good country. But our internet is absolute shit. It is really, really bad. I mean, it's like, if I'm downloading something, if I'm lucky, I'll get 3 megabytes a second. Before that, I wouldn't even get a megabyte a second on. This was on like, before we got... Moddable side characters are really fun, man, because not only are they not the main focus, but they're also world builders. They help build the places they come from, like I said with Minerva.
What do you want?
With Minerva, it's...
As much as I like you.
It's not basically solely on her. It's helping establish the College of Winterhold as a faction in Skyrim rather than a guild the player joins. So the College of Winterhold is part of Skyrim's story. And that's what I love about small characters. Freya and Cecilia are a lot of fun because they're not aligned to any faction, but more of like a vampire werewolf thing.
Go ahead.
Can I bribe him? No, I cannot bribe him.
Be seeing you.
Alright, let's have a look here. Quest. So to use more scrolls. Wouldn't it be more public just to steal from the guy?
A pleasure to...
Made me do all that shit just to have the fucking...
Look, I can't just give it to you. I paid good money for it, after all. I'll tell you what. You give me at least a portion of what I paid for it. That's a good deal, right? Are you sure? Well, all right. I can't give you a...
Ah, man, I was hoping that since he was... I can just
I
get
made
him
you...
to give
Are
it
you
for free.
I'll just take the money from... I don't see how we can do business. Think about that offer, friend.
Can I steal it? Let me know if the thing keeps cutting out, because I'll have to go outside and mute my modem, which takes like 3 or 4 minutes to boot back up. And then I can probably make the stream work, because like I said, Australia's internet is shit. I gotta read that. Alright, I'll shut the stream down. I'll go and reset my modem. And we'll